Welcome back to Stationeers. In this episode we tackle the airlock for the first time. I've just discovered, for some reason, that's fallen down a hole. I'm not quite sure when that happened, but it did. Ugh, I haven't even touched any of these things. Anyway, since last time I've actually expanded the base. I've tried to make it a bit more kind of getting towards a sealed base, which will actually make sure that we are allowed to have an airlock without it being completely pointless. So, well, there's this, which I might have to do something about, because at the moment it might not actually be sealed. The code isn't brilliant when it comes to dealing with the combination of kind of set blocks like our iron frames and the poly environment. So we may have to mine that out and replace it with frames. But we'll see how we go. So yeah, our situation is now good. We've got plenty of stored power. And I'm thinking we actually make this the... Oh my god. Hello, son. We make this the entrance rather than this over here. No, there was a reason for that. Oh yeah, wiring. And because if we go over here, there's a whole wiring thing. If we do it over here, it's just simply a case of extending the wiring from over here. Now, just to point this out before anyone complains, you are supposed to wire up your airlock to its own APC, just to make sure that you've always got power and stuff like that. But for the sake of the video, I'm just going to power it off this one here. And because to make a new APC requires solder, which would require using our furnace outside and probably wiring it up to regulate pressure and stuff like that. And that feels like a video in itself. So we're going to do it the fairly rough and ready way. And we're going to put an airlock in here, wire it up quite nicely. Oh, we've got a light, by the way. I finally wired up the light. I bothered to do this because they actually changed it a couple of days ago. So it isn't absolutely pitifully not very bright. It actually does illuminate a fair amount. My power's low. But it's a very shadowy light. I mean, everything's in bloody shadow, possibly because of its location. So I do feel like we would need more lights. But I didn't really want to put them up until I decided exactly on the shape of my base. So, whatever, really. I better just change our batteries around. And get that back into charging. May as well charge it. We're not getting sun. Oh, actually, we have got the sun. It is actually daytime. But as we have learnt, solar power provides almost bugger all. But it will slowly charge. It'll replace what we need. Anyway, so we need to... For the airlock, we do need a lot of stuff. This is all stuff that you actually start with. Although I actually conjured up a little bit of extra iron frames and iron sheets from this selection of ores that I've gone out and mined between episodes. So we've got plenty of copper now. And that was a long way from the base. But just thought I'd point that out. I suffered for that. I'm going to turn this off. Don't really need it just yet. Oh, hang on. Nah, I'll leave it on. It is actually providing some much-needed light to the video, just so it isn't just like a bloody headlight all the time. Now the base is covered, of course, is that we hardly get any sunlight lighting our way. Right, so this is going to require quite a lot of stuff in my thingamabob, so I'm probably going to do a little bit of... just making a little bit of room. Just because we do need all this stuff if we're going to set up our airlock. We'll probably start off, actually, with building a few extra frames, because we will need that. If we're going to build it here, we will need the floor actually doing in. In fact, what I've actually got a problem with at the moment is the fact that these walls are actually welded too much, because stuff. I actually do need to do a bit of knocking down, just so to make it easier to actually wire things up and everything. Right, so I'm just trying to get it down to the stage where... is that frame actually in there? I think it is. I don't actually need a frame where we're going to walk, because this is going to be where you actually walk through, and that just needs to be empty space. So now we can get rid of this iron frame. And we need to surround the airlock area with iron frames, but we don't actually want the walkable area to be iron framey. I'm going to make a 1x2 block airlock as well. I think the minimum you can do is 1x1, but I feel that might be a little unambitious. So I'm going to put it all the way around. And probably on the floor here. There we go. I've only got 3 more left. 1, 2, 3. I think it'll be airtight, even if I don't do the corner ones, so long as I actually put the frames up. And the final airtight thing will actually have to have everything welded up to level 2. At the moment, that's at level 1, whereas that is level 2. So now we actually need to get our welder out and our iron sheets. Oh, this gets so sticky. Ugh. I also need to make sure I seal that up, and also make sure that everything's absolutely airtight. It's very easy not to. So iron sheets. I don't think I've got enough of these, to be honest, but we'll see. Right, so, first of all... Oh, do that, so we can actually walk on it. That. That. And that. Anything else? That's going to be the actual airlock thing itself is going to be what, well, out here. So, is that everything for now? Wish I don't think I've done that one. No, actually, I'll leave that. I'll leave that up. Because I think we're going to be running a pipe up there. There is actually a frame there, so that's fine. Switch that off. Put it away. I'll get rid of these for now. So, we now need to actually start stocking up with our stuff. I'll leave all the busy bits of work until later. So I think to start with, we'll probably need the active vent, the console, hang on, and the sensor kit. Although actually we'll have to start populating my thing with it. Those are going to go on the wall here, because these are going to what controls everything. So that's not a daylight sensor, we don't want that. I want a gas sensor. This is all going to have to be, oh god damn it. This is all going to have to be wired up. So let's put it, want it to go that way round. There's probably about 5 buttons there to get that to work. One on there. That one there. And up. Now, which direction does this need to be? I think the pipe goes to the big plus thing on the left, and the actual data power network type thing goes on the right. I hope I'm right with that. Oh, what's going on? I think I need to... If it's going to be a pipe coming out of it, I might put it up in the air a bit. Oh no, I've already put that there, haven't I? A bit there. Okay, so I've just done a little bit of wiring from here. I've moved everything from the left-hand side to the right-hand side because that was stupid putting it on the left-hand side because of the whole cabling situation. I just need to finish this up. I put them all so all the power things are facing in the same way. It should be quite straightforward, hopefully. Oh, well, unless you're me. All nicely powered. Right. So I need to actually start piping up the... From what I understand it, the vent here just needs a bit of pipe to go out of it for a bit, and then just to store the gas as it temporarily does the cycling stuff. I'm going by someone else's words. You might be able to tell, but yeah, that should actually be a thing that works, hopefully. So I've never actually built pipes before, so once again we need to probably... There we go. In fact, maybe it should actually come out of it. Oh, it should be fine, I'm sure. If not, well, bugger. May need to actually put some... Oh no, I think... There we go. That might actually be enough. I mean, I might just have to bung it up in the air for a bit. Although, I may, if I can just try and get this right, can just turn it around like that. We need to go around a little bit like that. Because it's sealed off at the end, and we just need to provide a little bit of space. Okay, so I think I can put that back now, hopefully. There. There. We also need to... God damn it, I'm falling over things here. Oh, the floor grating. Oh, I had to take that out, didn't I? So I actually do need to put in... Where is it? The airlock control thing. Again, something you get from the start. Also, the data disk would be handy. So, bung that in there. We also do need a sheet of glass. Never forget the sheet of glass. Like that. Put in the data disk, which I think is in the bottom, annoyingly. So it's all wired up nicely. But we still need to put in the doors. So grab the doors. 2 of these. 1 here and 1 there. Just need to make sure the wiring's facing us so we can actually wire the damn thing up. And Oh, can't put it there. Is this maybe a frame? Or maybe it's the cabling? Yeah, unfortunately, that wiring that went along there was not to be, I'm afraid. Now we can put it in. Unfortunately, it does mean that at the moment, none of these things are going to work. In fact, I mean, this has just been in the centre of the room, like a right prick, for so long now. I've just accepted it. But I did actually want to move that. What I was thinking of doing at some point is moving the auto lathe to kind of like over here, have the kind of crafting area over here. And the furnace may as well kind of like go over, well, somewhere else anyway. It really doesn't need to be anywhere particular, because ideally I want it next to all this stuff, so I can just like whack it in quite easily. But ordinarily that's not fully charged anymore. Not partly because I'm charging the battery. So, yeah, that's a thing I'm going to have to do at some point later. I'm going to leave this unwired, which is really annoying, I know, but I don't think we're going to be using this stuff at the moment. But what I'm probably going to do as a quick fix is run the power just along here instead. Doesn't mean we've lost our light for the time being. God damn it. But yeah, good thing is now we are able to whack in our airlock. So let's just do that now. That should be correct. And obviously we can't actually do anything at the moment. There's no power. So we will actually need to force it open. There we go. Wave a bit of stick about. Hup. Can do that the same there as well, but don't really need to do that at the moment. So we have ourselves a sort of airlock. Sort of. It might be good. It might not be. We shall see. Right. So we've got the pipe going on. That's all fine. Now we just need to wire up the doors. More bloody wiring. Right. So just consolidate there. What I'll need to do is wire up both these ports, the power and the data port, for both, into the systems, which is nice and straightforward, really. I'll probably run it, get some straight stuff going on, just run it along the edge here, that shouldn't be a problem. Right. So, what I'll do, this is going to be, annoyingly, this is not quite ideal, is it? There might be a better space. Yeah, that should be okay. It's just it's going to require a particularly weird, I think it's the, where is it? The three-way corner one, which I can never, oh, I've done it first time. That's fine. I just need to connect it up here. Oh, in fact, actually, I need a junction, don't I? I mean, this is, I know, I'm never doing it in the most elegant, make the wiring disappear sort of way, but that shouldn't be a problem. Oh, hang on. There we go. And we just need a bit of straight. Go up in the air, please. There we go. All connected up. And the same here as well. Let's just bung in the corner first. Make it go flat. Like that. Oh, my ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Oh, you ta-ta-ta-ta. And I had it as well. I hate wiring so much. There we go. Right, so we need a three-way. Lucky old us. One more straight bit. And one of these. Oh! It lit up. What is it actually? Oh, yeah, of course it's all powered up, isn't it? Yeah. Huh! We have got plenty of power, just making sure. Yes, we have. So yes, all the airlocks, in fact, does that mean, if that's now powered, let's get rid of, dump that in there. Does that mean I can actually now operate it? Ooh! Doorage. Total door solutions. Hello, outside world. You're looking atmospheric. Well, not very. Cool. Okay, so we've got ourselves a working set of airlock doors. Everything's wired up. And in theory... Why is this so... There we go. You can actually just run at it. In theory, I should be able to switch this on. Here we go. Right. So this is everything that's connected up to the thing. Trouble is, we've got 2 exterior airlocks, and we need to set only one to be the exterior airlock. Fortunately, I don't know which one it actually is. I did read on a guide that the thing to do really here is, just going to switch that off, is to like cut the interior wire, like that. Switch this back on again. So it'll only actually show you one, that one. But everything's a bit... I'm expecting everything to be lit up green, although I actually don't really know. So I've sealed my base. And I was still getting an error flashing here. But it might simply because at some point I've just literally forgotten to reconnect this. But I'm not 100% sure. That just might be another problem. But, I'll have a look. Oop, no, go back there. Oh, I need a bit more wire. God damn it. There we go. Right. I also did notice, rather worryingly, there was actually a burnt out bit of wire. At some point something blew. Maybe the whole sharing with a battery charger is definitely not a good idea after all. Well, that might have just been because I've been fannying around and doing bad things, but who knows. Just want to get this up and running now. Ah, yes. There we go. Literally just spent about 5 minutes absolutely baffled, and it just literally was because I forgot to reconnect this. God damn it. So now we can tell everything's okay because that's gone green. And I believe I chose to make it so that the interior and exterior are correct. That is definitely the interior one. Yes. Oh, hello. You're open. You're supposed to be open. Don't know. Right. So I believe I can take this out. Ah, look! That looks correct. So I guess I do want to cycle to interior, yes. Although that's never going to happen, because there's no pressure to actually happen in there. So, cancel pressurize. Yeah, that's more like it. So now we just, in fact, yeah, we're actually, in theory, we are actually in the correct situation. So just to show you what I've done, I've actually sealed this up like that. And all this is now sorted. And in theory, we should be good to go. I'm just a little concerned about wires blowing. And what I'll probably do is switch this off so it's not charging whilst we do the things. I've connected this back up, by the way. I'm thinking long term, well, really what I should have done is put the airlock on that side, after all. And then the wires would have been a lot cleaner. And because we still have to reconnect that light and everything. But I can actually put this data disk away in theory. And I'll put that light up there, and I can sort that out later. So now what we need is this bad boy, the oxygen tank. I need to just start dragging it. Now, where's the handle gone? Where's the handle? I need to pick it up somehow. There we go. I'll just put it, for now, I'll put it in the... I'm thinking about putting everything through there, because those other two things that you start with, those big tanks, they also need to be dragged in here so we can keep the air filtered. I really don't like it being here. Let's put it here for now. I should make sure that we can actually see the front. No, that'll do. So we've got a decent amount of air in there, but not a huge amount. Hopefully there'll be enough. Apparently if there's not enough, you can use... you can start melting ice, the oxide type in here, to actually get up the pressure high enough. So, let's see. Do I actually need to actually... I guess I really should try this and monitor the pressure in the top right of the screen. Hang on. I've actually used this to in a different save. I've used this to refill increase. Hang on, there we go. That's more like it. Right. Oh, is all the air going somewhere? Okay, so, well, I've been sort of like looking around to see if there's a leak, and it's actually stabilised at 22, which is woefully too small. It needs to be 100. But that's a start, and it does make me think that maybe if I can get the oxygen up to 100, then we should be able to actually get the air filtered. But I don't know. We'll see. 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 We'll see to 100 using the oxide ice stuff. Or maybe that'll work, which means we can actually do a little test of the airlock of going outside and all that. Let's have a go. So, we should be bugging the oxygen in a storage thing. Hopefully. I guess I may as well... Oh, wait on, no. Oh, it does it automatically, that's fine. Right, so everything's nicely locked. So we are now outside in the Great Unwashed. Not the Great Unwashed. And we just need to find some... It's actually dark, so that's good. We do actually need to find... I forgot my drill. May actually have to use my... If I've got it, may have for once actually have to use my crappy old pickaxe, which is a very rare thing to do. I can't be bothered to go back in. Let's try and find some. So this has got to be ice brackets oxide, not one of the other varieties. Well, I've fallen into a small hole. There. Sorry, I'll jetpack my way out of this. So there is some, just behind the base. So I was going to double check to see if we can actually get some of this stuff without it evaporating. It looks like it. Now it's in the belt, it seems to be okay. I'm not quite sure how much oxide I actually need, so I'm not going to take very much. Well, I'm going to take a decent amount, actually. Okay, so this is the pick isn't actually too bad, is it? I mean, it's not as comprehensive as the drill, but it'll do in a pinch. Right, so all I need to do is let it evaporate. Go inside the base and let it evaporate, and that should provide us with some more oxygen. But it could be a problem. I also can't get in. I need to take this scrubber inside. Because apparently that's needed for, well, scrubbing, basically. Which will keep the air inside, hopefully free of carbon dioxide, but that might be a whole thing in itself. And let's just put that there. It's currently pressurizing. Still. Huh. Sounds like it's going to take a while. I do wonder if, for instance, this up there needs to be sealed as well. Oh, there's the pipe. There's the goddamn pipe. Maybe we should build a bigger pipe, or... I don't know. Oh, let me in! So this is a bit of time later. I've actually had to reload just because things got a bit messed up. And this time I've done it in a bit more sensible way by not making the outside door close when I went out to get some oxide stuff. I'm just trying to heat the damn stuff up. Because the temperature inside was too cold for this to actually melt. So I'm just completely using up all my bloody stuff in the welder. And hopefully... Oh no, that's got stuck in there. Get out. Drop. There we go. That keeps on falling into the bloody furnace. Right. Should back on again. We are now, if you look at the top right, finally above 0 degrees. By the looks of it... Is that melting now? It is actually melting, yes. Right, so finally the oxide is beginning to melt now above 0 degrees. Just chase it around. Chase it with my welder. And my air conditioning. I tried to heat the room with that, but it didn't go very well. Here we go. You can see in the top right, the external pressure is actually shooting up now. I might want to turn this off. Oh, ignore that. I just opened my helmet briefly. Oh, it's gone. Right. So the oxide has all been used up, I think. I'm not sure if it was one or both of them. But that was about 100 oxides. And it's got us to pretty much double what we had before. Which is a good sign, because it means if we just get 200 oxides, we should be up to 100 pressures. I think it's all settled down now. It's settled down at just under 50. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's not great either. Well, no copper. I was trying to heat the room up by using the furnace as well. Didn't really work. Okay, got myself loads of oxide. Not melting. This is the wrong side. Yes. Thankfully the door is now open, so I won't get caught out that way. Whew. There we go. Cycle. May need to override this. Should be at about 50 in there anyway. May need to, yeah, sod it. Right, so it should be up to just under 50. Now, the temperature's still quite good in here. That's fine. We are closed, aren't we? Yes, we are. So now, hopefully, if I just hoist some oxide around, and that should actually sort us out. There we go. Just hold it in my hand, and it'll slowly sort itself out. Do it a couple of times. See what that gives us. Look at getting blown around the place. We need a bit more than that. I'm getting a bit leery that we don't go too mad. Yeah, it's all being used up nicely. Probably just want... Oh my god! It's coming at me. Bro. I think one more. Because that will be the 200 that we talked about. Oh, careful. This might be a bit much. Oh no, okay. 85, 86. While all this excitement goes on, I'll just do some housework. We're out of steel, which is most concerning. We've got 1 gram of steel, or 1 ingot, left. Oh, the light's gone for a spin. Thought I'd put that on the wall. I probably did a couple of times, but... whatever. Saves, reloading, and all that. Okay, so we've almost got to 100. We've got a tiny bit more. Oh, well, wrong button. That's actually the wrong one, so... I've got some more uranium. You're pleased to know. Whether you care, do you? Okay. So let's just toss that on the ground. Oh yeah, there we go. That should be good. Bung that in here. With my uranium collection. And we are actually at 100 pressures almost. We're not quite there. We are there now. So, we're only at 1 degree's temperature though. But, in theory, if I open my helmet, I shouldn't die.
Toxin detected.
Oh. The air apparently is toxic as balls. Well, fine. So we can at least breathe. I know that much. Because normally if I press I,
Toxin detected.
it'll say like I'm about to choke to death and freeze to death. No, it's only I'm apparently about to toxic to death. So I think that's just a job for the air filter thing. But that might be I think that's a whole thing. Because may have to sort out air filters and stuff like that. So I've basically created pretty much a livable atmosphere, but yeah, just need a little bit of a way to filter out what I presume to be the carbon dioxide that's been building up, but probably some other stuff as well. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a few other nasties around the place. Did I switch that off? Yes, I did. That's all fine. Should probably put that in my belt instead. 5. And there we go. So, it's not 100% perfect, but it's getting there. And at least I've got oxygen inside the base now, and I can get outside and inside, and it all seems to be good. I'll do one final test, because I want to make sure that I can, even if the door's closed, I can get back in again. So, we'll do that. Feels like I'm losing stuff. So I don't really want to... Do I? I mean, is this just going to do exactly what happened before, or not? See, there's literally no reason for me to ever do this, is there? Close it behind me. Oh god, I hope I haven't mucked up. By the looks of it, I can just about see that it's gone to about half pressure. But it might never actually go the full way. Maybe it's something to do with the pipe. Maybe I need a longer pipe. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we'll stop here. I shall probably think of a way of getting all this to be a little better. But for now, we'll stop. Cool. Okay, so thanks for watching. We'll pick something up again in the next episode, maybe more, just like sorting out the toxin stuff, or maybe some other stuff like logic circuits. Must shout out to Loco1997 and Hardley for their airlock guides, which did clear up a couple of things I wasn't sure about. So thanks, mates. Anyway, yep, so do subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.